In this video, we are going to look at how to simplify some expressions, some algebraic expressions. So to simplify an algebraic expression is simply to write it in its simplest form possible. So that is to simplify. So after you have written your final answer, there should be no other number that can be able to go in the denominator or numerator. If it is a linear expression, it should be in such a way that no further step can be done to reduce it or to write it in its lowest form. That is to simplify. So if you're dealing with fractions, after you've written your final answer, there should be no number apart from 1 which is able to go in both the denominator and the numerator. Then if it is a linear expression, after you've written your final answer, there should be no further step to reduce it to another lower form. That is to simplify. So with me here is the first question, which is saying simplify first fraction, which is 2 divided by 3x minus 1 plus 4 divided by x minus 1 minus 3 divided by x plus 5. So that is my first question. So I'll write by simplification. So to simplify this one, you can see this is a numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator. So if you look at the denominator, there is nothing that is common, or there is no number which you can say it can go into the other. So in this case, the common denominator is each one of them, or the product of all the three. So what you simply do here, you just draw a line, and then you pick each one of them, but put them in brackets to show that they are multiplying each other. Okay, so that is step 1. Then step 2, you're going to say this denominator, when it is divided into these three, what will remain is simply the multiplication of this one and this one, then multiplied by the 2 which is on top of it. So that is the first step. So if you come to this one, you will simply ignore this, the same denominator which is there, but multiply these 2 together with the number which is on top. So we are saying, if we have, this is our denominator, this is our denominator, and this is our denominator, then we are referring to this one to be a common denominator. So when we start dividing, this number or this expression will eliminate itself as it leaves these 2. So these 2 will multiply each other, afterwards also multiply with these 2. When we come to x minus 1, it will eliminate itself from here. And what is remaining is the expression, this one and this one. They will also multiply each other as well as the top number. When we come to this one, it will eliminate itself from this denominator, and then these 2 will multiply each other as well as multiplying themselves with a 3. So here we go. When we are on the first denominator, just eliminate what you are seeing. What is going into there is what is to be eliminated as the others remain. So we have got first a 2 on top. So 2, and then the multiplication of the others, which is x minus 1. Then it also multiplies with x plus 5. Then plus, when we come to the mid one, it will eliminate itself from this denominator. So we're going to have first write the number on top, which is 4. Then, if this one is eliminated, we are remaining with 3x minus 1 and x plus 5. So we are going to have 3x minus 1, then x. Then when we go to the last one, this one, which is x plus 5, will eliminate itself from here. Then we're going to remain with, so we start with the number on top, and then 3x minus 1 and x minus 1. So that is what we are going to have. So from here, our next step is to multiply now. This part will multiply itself, this part will multiply itself, and this part will multiply itself. So we're going to have a 2, and then x will multiply with x to get x squared. Again, x will multiply with 5 to get 5x. Then we go to negative 1. Negative 1 times x, it will be negative x. Negative 1 times 5, it will be negative 5. We are done with the first part. We go to the second part, where we are having 3x times x, which is going to be 3x squared. Then 3x times 5, which will be 15x. Afterwards, we are done with x. We go to negative 1 times x, negative 1 times negative 5 times 5. So negative 1 times x, it will be negative x. Negative 1 times 5, it will be negative 5. Means we are done with the first. We go to the last number. 3x times x, it is 3x squared. Then 3x times negative 1, it will be negative 3x. Then that is 3x times x, we've got 3x squared. 3x times negative 1, we've got negative 3x. We go to negative 1 times x, negative 1 times negative 1. Negative 1 times x, it's negative x. Negative 1 times negative 1, it's positive 1. Then from there, we are going to have over, so this whole thing is divided by this denominator, which is 3x minus 1, x minus 1, then x plus 5. Thereafter, we have to simplify again the numerator or the top. We have to simplify the numerator or the top. So we're going to multiply every number which is outside, or we can add, we can simplify what is inside, and then come and multiply with the number outside. So start with a slow step, which is simplifying what is inside. So there is no other x squared, so we maintain x squared. Then these two, it's saying 5x minus x, which is 4x, then minus 5. So that is a simplification of this first part. Then plus simplification here, the squares will be maintained because there is no other x squared. Then it's 15x minus x, which will give you 14x. Then there is negative 5, which has no other number. Then plus 3x squared will be maintained. Then when you say negative 3 minus 3, this is simply negative 4. Then plus 1. Again, the whole lot is divided by 3x minus 1, 3x minus 1, then x minus 1, and x plus 5. Okay, we keep going. It's now time to multiply the outside number with everything inside. Outside number times everything inside, outside number times everything inside. So that's what we're going to do at this step. Okay, so let's start. 2 multiplies everything. So 2 times x squared, we're going to get 2x squared. 2 times 4x, we're getting 8x x. Then 2 times negative 5, we're getting negative 10. We are done with this part. Then there's a plus there, here. 4 times 3, we're getting 12x squared. Then 4 times 14x. When you remember 4 times 14x, we're going to have 4 times 4, which is 16, 6 carry 1. Then 4 times 1, we are going to have 4 plus 1, 5. So we're getting 5. Then there's x. Then 4 times negative 5, which is negative 20. We come to the next one. Then it's 3 times 3x squared, we're getting 9x squared. Then 3 times negative 4, we're getting negative 12x. Then 3 times 1, we are getting a 3. Okay, it's quite long, but with the precision and accuracy, we are able to get there. So we are still moving. Then we maintain the denominator. So we just need to be accurate, and for the sake of maybe it's in an exam or a test, we have to also be fast. So how can you become fast? By practicing. So at this point, we collect the like terms, those which appear in the same variable, and constants are going to be put together. So we can see that we have got x squared, x, and a number. So these are the three terms that we have. We have x squared part, the x part, and the number. So those with x squared, let them be together. Then those with x, let them follow each other, and those with numbers or constants, let them be also following each other. So we're not going to do anything apart from aligning them next to each other. So we are going to begin by putting together or close together those having x squared. So the first one is 2x squared. Then if we check through, we are going to have 12x squared. Another one is 9x squared. So that's what I'm trying to talk about. Then we go for those having x. That is, we have 8x. The next one is 56x. And the last one is negative 12x. Then let's go for those having numbers. We've got negative 10. We have got negative 20. And then we have got a 3. So that is how we are collecting the like terms. Then we maintain our denominators. Thereafter, we add the coefficients. 2 plus 12, we are getting 14. Then 14 plus 9, that's where we can say we can first add 14 plus 6, we're going to get a 20. Then a 20 plus the 3, we're getting now a 23. So we're going to have 23x squared. Plus, let's now combine the x parts. So if you add 8 plus 56, you're going to get a 64. Then from that 64, you're subtracting a 12. So that's 64, you're subtracting a 12. You can say 64 minus a 12. So we're going to have a 2 and 5. So 64 minus 12, we are getting a 52. And then it's going with x. Then this far end here, we have negative 10, negative 20, and positive 3. So negative 10, negative 20, it gives you negative 30. Plus 3, then you go backwards. So it will be negative 27. So we are going to have negative 27. So this is what we have here, which is 3x minus 1, x minus 1, then we have x plus 5. So this is how far we have reached. So this one marks the end of our simplification. So if you can observe here, what we have got 23x squared plus 52x minus 27. So the degree from the top here, the degree is 2. Why am I saying the degree is 2? Because the degree is the highest power possible. So if you observe the top here, the highest power possible is a 2. Then the bottom, we have got x, x, x. So x has got the ability of having degree 3. Because if you multiply this x and this x and this x, the x are going to be 3. So we're going to have x power 3 at 1 point. So this fraction is going to be called a proper fraction because the degree on top is less than that one which is down. So this marks the end of our simplification. So my advice here is that we just have to be accurate. They look to be tiresome and tricky, especially if you miss any sign or any multiplication step. So let's just be accurate as we work out this type of simplifications. Okay, see me in my next video. Thank you very much.